Captain Jack here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 30 NES ROM hacks according to romhacking.net. This is a great way to see a good range of different ROM hacks you can get for this system. And if you need help figuring out how to apply these hacks, I have a guide linked in the description. To keep things interesting, we're going to spend 25 seconds or less on each hack. But if you see an image in the upper left corner of the screen, that means that hack was already featured in another one of my more in-depth videos. So if you want additional details, all you have to do is go in the description and click the link, which will bring you right to that spot in the other video. Alright, enjoy. At number 30, we have Megaman Ultra. This is a pretty decent hack, lots of tile sets pulled from other NES games, and new music that sometimes doesn't sound quite great. But things like the Mario-themed level are a pleasant surprise. It's probably on this list because of its age, being 16 years old, as it's just okay. There are plenty of other Mega Man hacks in this top 30, so unless you've played through all of those, I would skip this one. At number 29, there's Kaizo Mario Bros. 3. Kaizo hacks are a genre of hacks that are especially difficult to the point that unless you're prepared, you're going to be dying within the first 2 seconds of the first level here. If you're up to the challenge though, give this one a try. The physics and mechanics are unmodified from the original game, so if you're good at that game, you might be good here. At number 28, we have another Mario 3 hack with Mario in Some Usual Day. 4 new worlds, and the difficulty is just right here, being a little bit harder than the original. The levels are strong and have lots of steep jumps and bouncy squares. It doesn't veer too far away from the original's ideas, so if you want more classic Super Mario 3 gameplay, this would be great for you. For number 27, we have My Little Pony Dr. Discord's Conquest, and if that name doesn't strike fear into your heart, I don't know what will. This is the type of hack that isn't allowed within 500 feet of a school. This My Little Pony themed hack of Mega Man 3 is actually not terrible. The sprite work is kind of impressive at times, and the level design is decent enough. There's also a good rendition of the My Little Pony theme song, so I mean, if this is your thing, I won't judge. Except, yeah, I will. At number 26, we have Tank 1990. This is a hack of a Japanese exclusive game called Battle City, but it's also built on a Chinese bootleg of that same game. It's all very confusing. It basically boils down to 14 new sets of levels to blast away foes in. I have no idea why this is the 26th most downloaded hack, but it probably has something to do with China or Japan. For number 25, we have 30 lives code for Super C, which is exactly what it says. It replaces the 10 lives code in Super C with the 30 lives code from the original Japanese game. That's it. Simple and straightforward. At number 24 is Rockman No Constancy. This is a staple Mega Man 2 hack with good levels and great music. The stages used remixed and completely new tile sets, and they look great. By far my favorite graphical improvement is that Mega Man has been redrawn in the Mega Man X style. The great looking stages play well, and the new music arrangements make this a solid Mega Man hack. For number 23, we have AVGN vs Dr. Wily. Another hack from Mega Man 2, but this one has no reason being as high up as it is, as it's essentially a skin that replaces Mega Man with the angry video game nerd, which looks good enough, but the new levels just don't do well. They're basically the same old levels with some added pits, and they just don't work at all. At number 22, we have Super Mario Ultimate. This is a newer Super Mario Bros. 3 hack with 8 new worlds, a save game feature, and even a difficulty selection. But by far the best thing about this hack has to be the new character sprites. They are downright gorgeous and full of personality. Mario looks great, the Koopas look great, everything looks great and plays amazing here. For number 21, this is Captain Tsubasa 2 Super Dream Team. A hack of Captain Tsubasa 2 Super Striker. I had never heard of this game before making this video, but it's apparently a cinematic soccer game. The gameplay is kinda like regular soccer, except when a crucial moment occurs, like passing or shooting, the game stops and becomes turn-based kinda. It's fascinating. Oh yeah, and the hack just boosts your team's stats and gives you a win button. It's the least interesting thing about what's going on here, trust me. At number 20, we have Castlevania Chorus of Mysteries. This hack of Castlevania 1 has new music, graphics, and enemies. It's basically a completely new Castlevania game. The new levels are great too, and the chess level is creative and extremely memorable looking. There are plenty of great Castlevania hacks for this system, but Chorus of Mysteries might take the cake. At number 19, we have SMB Special for NES. This is a remake of a port of Super Mario Bros. For Japanese home computers back into the original Super Mario Bros. Very meta. This basically means the levels have been imported from the PC version, which was notable because it didn't have any scrolling. It's an interesting piece of history. At number 18, we have Super Mario Bros. Special X1 for NES. Yeah, that's the actual name. This is just a hack of SMB Special for NES that gives the game a more accurate color palette and title screen to match the PC original. I guess there's a big market for playing somewhat lost Mario levels, even if they're not that good. At number 17, we have Metroid Mother. This is a collection of hacks designed to modernize the original Metroid, which didn't age particularly well. Samus looks great now, and the updated enemy sprites combined with the newly animated background tiles gives this game the refresh it needed. At number 16, there's Mega Man in the Mushroom Kingdom. This takes Mega Man 1 and gives every level a Super Mario makeover. Everything has been replaced by a Mario equivalent, from tile sets to enemies, and it's almost worth playing just to see it all. It's just Mega Man in Mario-themed levels. It's pretty good at that. For number 15, we have the Castlevania 2 English retranslation. And surprise, this is exactly what it is. It tries to fix the many problems that Castlevania 2 had. The NPCs now speak actual English, and the new snazzy-looking map helps you traverse the rather large world for an NES game. There are some other improvements like control tweaks and the prologue being added back in, but it's still Castlevania 2 at its core, for better or for worse. At number 14, we have Super Mario All-Stars NES. This works very much like the original Super Mario All-Star for the SNES by having all 4 8-bit Mario games playable on the same cartridge. But they aren't remastered here, they're just straight ports of the originals, which lots of people prefer. There aren't many improvements, but the new save feature is nice, and it's a cool collection. At number 13, we have Captain Tsubasa 2 Hyper Edition, and man, this game must be popular overseas to have this many hacks in the top 30. Another hack of Captain Tsubasa 2 Super Striker, Hyper Edition is basically a cheater's patch, even more than the other hack. All the stats have been boosted to basically infinity, and all special shots are unlocked. Oh, and all your tackles and dodges always succeed now. Is this game really that hard? Jeez. For number 12, there's Rockman CX. This might just be the best Mega Man 2 hack made so far. You play Gray Mega Man, a creation of Dr. Wily, who has to destroy Dr. Light's robots, and you'll be fighting everything from Mario, Bomberman, to even Mega Man himself. The levels are amazingly creative, and Gray Mega Man has the dash from Mega Man X, which makes for much more complex movement. Cutman is also playable here, making this an absolute home run. At number 11, we have Zelda: The Legend of Link. This overhaul of The Legend of Zelda has a completely new tile set and lots of mechanical additions like a spin attack that was never in the original. The new map is basically a mirrored Link's Awakening map, but it still holds plenty of secrets. For number 10, there's Super Mario Unlimited. Although Mario sports his Super Mario 3 sprites here, this is actually a hack of the original Super Mario Bros. All new levels are here, and the game is actually longer because it has 5 levels per world instead of the original 4. New collectible coins are also added, but the new super jump mechanic that lets you jump high off of enemies is the thing that really stands out the most here. At number 9 is Extra Mario Bros. This Super Mario Bros. Hack takes Mario in a completely different direction. Instead of levels, there are giant areas with plenty of warp pipes and even permanent upgrades. It's very much like Metroid in that way. It has some flaws, but there really isn't anything else like Extra Mario Bros., so it's a unique experience. For number 8, there's Zelda Challenge Outlands. This may be the oldest one on the list, and really is the premier Legend of Zelda hack. A completely original overworld and lots of overhauled enemies. If you want more of the original Legend of Zelda without any new gimmicks, this is for you. At number 7, we have Rockman 4 Minus Infinity. At first glance, this hack of Mega Man 4 looks like it changes almost nothing. I mean, it still has all the original bosses, but the levels are completely overhauled and are so good to the point they may be better than the originals they replace. The new mechanics per level are insane, from the video distortion and Bright Man stage to Pharaoh Man stage having traps that give you random effects. The polish here is outstanding, and there's a reason it's the highest Mega Man hack on the list. At number 6 is Metroid Rogue Dawn. If the word Metroid wasn't in the title, it would be hard to figure out what game this is a hack of. The entire hack has a dark underground atmosphere with color only being used to highlight certain things, and it's amazing looking. Combine this with the foreboding music and you have a completely different kind of Metroid adventure that deserves its number 6 placing. For number 5, we have Mother 25th Anniversary Edition. This hack redraws all the graphics for the original Mother/Earthbound beginnings in order to make them look closer to the claymation models the sprites were based on. It also increases the amount amount of experience enemies yield to make this difficult game a lot easier. All the changes bring Mother 1 more in line with the later games in the series, and it does that very well. At number 4, we have Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. This is a hack of a Chinese bootleg of Final Fantasy VII, and it's amazing how close it comes to the PlayStation Classic. The first disc of the game is almost completely represented here. All the music, all the dialogue, almost everything is intact. The amount of work that must have gone into this is insane. For number 3, we have Mario Adventure. This is the standard when it comes to Super Mario 3 hacks, and was number 1 for a long time. All 8 worlds have been revamped and play in completely new ways, from the slippery ice world to the slope-ridden space world. But Mario Adventure does much more than that. New power-ups, new enemies, even a weather system that randomly affects each level. Mario Adventure may be the most well-known NES hack, and it's easy to see why. At number 2, it's Super Mario Bros. 2-player hack. This does exactly what it says, but what it says is phenomenal. Playing Super Mario Bros. With a friend is a feature people have wanted since the game came out, and it's fully realized here. Now, that doesn't mean the game's easier. Power-ups have to be split between 2 people, and a single character's death restarts the whole level. But it's easy to see why this is so high up on the list. There's so much fun to be had here. For number 1, it's Super Mario 3 Mix, and it's not even close. This modern masterpiece has it all. A character select screen, new power-ups, collectibles, new enemies, and worlds that are based on different Mario games, from Super Mario Sunshine to Mario Galaxy. It even has Yoshi, something that was supposed to be impossible on NES hardware. The levels are bombastic craziness, and every possible idea is explored here. This hack is the pinnacle of ROM hacks for the system, and it rightfully sits at the top. That's it. Thanks for watching.